What's going on YouTube? It is Unbeatable Jacob coming back with another Myteam video. If you guys are new around here, please hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 10k followers, trying to upload every day in the year 2022. And now I've been looking through a lot of cards recently. I'm normally not the biggest guy as far as auction house stuff goes, but I became a little bit more conscious with my Myteam points recently. So I want to make a quick video about 8 cards that I think are all very undervalued right now, and if you're on any sort of a budget, these should be your go-to options. Cards you must have. And now, I'm not just gonna do like, oh yeah guys, go buy this Evan Mobley, he's 5k MT. Like, yeah, well he's on the list. All right, little spoiler, he is on the list, but of course, you know, everybody knows about the real cheap budget guys, but these are cards that are going to range anywhere from just over 100k to, you know, 5k, but not going to be cards that you might be able to buy with, you know, the 2,000 points that you have on your account right now. So starting off, we're going to go from most expensive to least expensive cards that you should just absolutely have on your team. And the first one is Rudy Gay. So Rudy Gay is incredibly good and still a bio. This card is, in my opinion, better than Opal LeBron James. Mine has 19 Hoff badges, so I might be a little bit biased, but if you hang out on the block for long enough, you might be able to find one that's a little bit more soup than the next two. This one has an added Hoff badge. I think it's tight handles. So, you know, if you hang out on the auction block, you can find a decent stock one, you know, for 82k, or you can get one with an extra couple Hoff badges for a little bit more if you look for a while. Either way, it's going to be a very good card. He's a 6'8" player who has quick dribble style. He can shoot the three incredibly well. His jump shot's great. Good perimeter, defensive stats all around, 90 speed, and his player model's huge. So you really can't go wrong with the dude for a bio. Probably the best buyout card in the game at the moment. Arguably one of the better cards in the game, period. But yeah, if you have that MT, definitely spend it on a Rudy. And now at number 2 is a Rudy clone, and that's Terry Dishlinger. I cannot believe how cheap this card is because I think this is actually the best card in the game. And that's just me. Right now it's definitely debatable, but you could probably snipe one for 100k if you look for a while, but right now they're ending at like 110 on PlayStation. There's no reason not to run Terry, whether you have the best squad in the world or if you started last week. Take your MT and start saving up for one of those 2 people I just named. And now at number 3 here, we're going to start getting a little bit cheaper player by player, and it's going to be Penny Hardaway. There's definitely some downfalls to this card. I'm maybe not as high on Penny Hardaway as the next guy. I like him. I do run him because at the end of the day, he's a 6'7" point guard with quick dribble style, and he kind of just meets you in the middle for what we have available for point guards right now. Can he shoot the 3 ball? Kind of. I mean, he's got a slow jumper, but he can do it. Can he play defense? I mean, he doesn't have clamps, but you can put him on like a secondary ball handler and not worry too much, but he won't get mashed at 6'7", and he's got quick dribble style. So if you just need a point guard that's going to not get mashed and kind of fill in all of the, you know, hypothetical needs of a point guard, check all the boxes, this is going to be your guy, and he's only 68k. Another card that's been out for a while, who you can look around and see if you can find a souped up version of and maybe pay a little bit more, or maybe not even a little bit more. You might find one that's good of a deal. And now another card who is a little bit older, just like Penny, but surprisingly very cheap and very usable still, is Dolph. Dolph at his time, one point in time, was like 300k. He's not even close to that anymore. He's down to 50k for the unmasked last time I checked. I think I just finally ended up selling mine for 48k the other day. Because, I mean, is he the best power forward in the game anymore like he was when he came out? No. Is he still very, very good? Yes. And like, again, this card's been out for a while. This one's got 9 extra Hoff badges on him. Actually, look like some pretty good ones too. So, you know, you'd probably find a soup one for not much more. He's still very usable. Still one of, if not the best popper in the game. He is a bit undersized at only 6'8", but, you know, throw him at the 4 and he can still definitely hold his own on the court for 50k. Another card that I'm surprised at how cheap it got, but it all makes sense for this one, is John Wall, because he was also very expensive at one point in time, not that long ago at all either. Then they put him on the TTO offline vault for a very long time. like a week plus, so his price went down to hardly anything. Am I the biggest fan of John Wall? No. Is he worth more than 33K? Absolutely. He's 6'4", again, big player model. He can kind of like Penny, just check all the boxes for a point guard. He does have a bit low interior, low block, but he's 6'4", with a pretty long wingspan, so that kind of makes up for it. But yeah, just like Penny, him and Penny are kind of in the same group to me, which are point guards who are just gonna check all the boxes and not really give an opportunity to say that they sold you. Getting down a little bit cheaper here for these cards. This card here, I probably not going to be able to spell, but it is Andrei Kirilenko. He was at one point in time, like the last couple cards we have gone over, one of the best cards in the game, and he's gone down way in price. He's down to 12K. Like, he is cheap. 12K is crazy for AK. Is AK one of the best cards in the game at all anymore? No, not at all. Will AK still get you a stop? Probably. Will AK still hit an open three-pointer for you? Yeah, I'm sure he will. Like a lot of these, this card especially is so old that there's definitely going to be some souped ones up on the auction house if you take your time and look. And yeah, like, just if you started the game yesterday, you could have this card by now and just plug him in and play, because he's not gonna ever sell you on defense, that's for sure. And his jump shot's pretty easy as well. So as a pure cone, as a 6'9" dude who can play small forward, 8K is crazy for AK-47. Two more cards here. Now we're down to like the way cheaper side of things. Another one's George Mikan, man. I think this card kind of went under the radar. Is he one of the best centers in the game? Not really. Will he get the job done if you got the game for Christmas and you've been hardly playing and you only got 20K MT to spend on a center? I think so. I ran him for a minute when he came out. He's exactly what you'd expect out of a George Mikan card. He's 6'10", can play the center position. He can shoot, jump shot, 4-base, pretty decent, just all around okay. Is he going to be the best pick and roll defender in the world? No. Will he get snagged on sometimes? Sometimes, but a lot of times not. I mean, he'll just get the job done for 20K. Simple as. His jump shot's going to be pretty easy to time, and yeah, he just gets the job done. Simple as that. And another very cheap option here that I did spoil earlier is Evan Mobley. For 5K, he's good. Would I run Evan Mobley? No, but he's got a long wingspan and he's cheap. He's 5K, so it's really not a big deal. If you have 5K kicking around, you should be able to afford a card like this. You can put him on the floor and definitely not get exposed for having him there, like maybe some of the other cards that are 5K MT right now. He's going to be able to shoot. He's going to have a long wingspan, so he's going to be able to get you some paint stops. He's going to rebound decently well, especially because of his wingspan. He's got the right badges, not really any in Hall of Fame, but he's going to come with stuff like brick wall, interceptor, rebound, all the stuff that you really want out of a card for 5K. You really can't go wrong. So Evan Mobley, definitely a cheap option. And those were all the ones that were on my list, but just to kind of look around here, like, the thing that I noticed is, like, for newer players especially who might not have a bunch of MT or no money spent guys, there's quite a few cards that can still hold their own that have gone down a lot in price. Like right now, KD's still up there a bit, but if you want to take a look at maybe some alter ego KDs, you might be able to pull one out for 80K on a snipe, or on a market crash day, or might be able to just get one for 100K straight up, and you can definitely still put him on the floor and not think too hard about it. And then some of the budgety cards that came out in the past couple weeks, like Buddy Hield and types of guys like that, it's kind of all knowing. Everyone kind of knows about quite a few of these budget type of cards that have came out recently. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Just a couple players that are relatively cheap that I think are gonna fit into your guys' lineups just fine if that is the type of budget you are on. So appreciate you guys, and I'll be back soon.